global one. Turkey, the inflation Turkey is now really, of course, is 6.4%, but you know from where it came to 6.4%. It was 39%, ladies and gentlemen, in the last couple of years ago. Today, it's only a mere 6.2 or 3%. We are far better in economic numbers than some of the full members of the EU even. We're far better than them. They're full members, we're outside, we're negotiating, but we're doing better than what they have done so far. Again, with all due respect to all of them. The GDP was tripled. I mean, in the last, again, several or couple of years. It's for you, in this short time span, of course, which may mean, given the size of your economy here in Texas, you can take it as a sort of something easy. It's not. It took a lot of effort for all of us really to make it happen. Of course, we become one of the major recipients of foreign direct investment. Historically, I think it hit record numbers. The foreign trade also tripled itself, or maybe more than that, in the last couple of years. We have now we have the forecasts of the OECD as Turkey being prospectively the fastest growing economy among its members during the period between 2011 and 2017. And they predict a growth rate average of 6.7%. These are not our figures, ladies and gentlemen. We did not just produce them. These are the accounts of objective institutions. We have, of course, we've been very active in recent years in G20. Of course, that brought us even more closer to the United States. So these figures, again, go on and on and on. I can tell you quite long list of impressive figures. Why did it happen? Let's look at this. Why? Why Turkey has achieved such pace of development? Because of the existing stability in the country, political and economic stability in our country, which we have managed to institute. That's because of that. And I believe for all of you, most of you are business community members. You have different business institutions. You have members of different business companies. When you are to make business with any other country, what is the first thing you do? You look at the strength of the economy, you look at the stability in that country, you look at the vibrancy of the business people, you look at the international rules and regulations, whether they exist in that country. These are the things that you look at, basically. So we have it all. We have it all. Today, I am proud to say you would find counterparts in every walk of business in Turkey. And you would be amazingly impressed by their resolve to engage with you. Of course, this country is 10,000 kilometers away from Turkey. 10,000 kilometers away. This may seem to be a sort of a challenge, but we will bring it closer to you, because we're working on a project where we will have our flag carrier to have some daily flights to Houston area. Well, I hope I'm not over-expressing myself. Of course, we have a little bit more work to do in that regard, but we are hopeful because there are some other factors, of course, not only that you want to have your airlines to fly, but there are some other factual things that you have to comply by in this framework. So. As I said, Turkey, in geographical sense, is almost identical to, in of course, square meters, let's say, in the size of Turkey is almost equal to Texas. And the population is three times of Texas. It's exactly, it's almost, we're there. So you are basically our challenge. You have 1/3 of our population, but 2 times of our GDP. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll soon come and catch you. This is the challenge. Now, you see so many people sitting from our community. So many of them are business people also, your counterparts. As I told you, 20 years ago, nobody existed here. Nobody. In that quality, in that resolve, we didn't have. We had the people, but we didn't have that kind of resolve. Now we have it. I'm proud to tell you, this made me very happy when I came down to Houston to see this in my own eyes. We've been reading and just listening to our friends' accounts, but now I have seen it with my own eyes and I'm really impressed. I'm truly impressed. So if somebody had told me several years ago that this would happen, I wouldn't, quite easily, at least understand him, or her. So that is the proof of what I have said. For the future, our objective is to bring Turkish economy at least, and Turkish performance as equal as what you have done here as Texas, as one of the most powerful states of the United States. So, ladies and gentlemen, before concluding my remarks, let me reiterate my previous remarks during the presence of the Sharif. Of course, this didn't happen only. I mean, this is a kind of a collaborative type of work. Our people had the resolve, but without your support individually and institutionally, and also from your communities, without your support, I'm sure they wouldn't be able to do that. So together we would be able to do more, ladies and gentlemen. Please do challenge us. Please do ask us questions. Please do want from us. Do request from us. Put us some more. I mean, put the how should I say this whole level of test even higher and higher every day. That will, I think, that will make the cake bigger, and which make the share of everybody bigger and bigger. Thank you very much.
He'll be a real Texan now.
Yes, absolutely. Now, a dozen hats and certain other instruments. I'm ready. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Don't worry because I'm late. I will be brief. Ambassador, I'm so glad to have you in Houston. This is in the Senate district that I represent, and it's a pretty big district. I'm late because we were in Austin all week, and when I got home late last night, my children reminded me they hadn't seen me all week. But that was a distinguished group from Turkey in Austin this week, a very large delegation. Senate was in session, but I think a good maybe 15 members of the Texas House of Representatives were there. And I asked when I gave greetings how many had been to Turkey, and all of those legislators raised their hands. I've had the privilege of being invited a number of times, but I have not been to Turkey. I'm hoping I can go before we have that nonstop flight. And I want to stress to you, notice that warm round of applause you got over that flight? That is very important to us. I know part of your emphasis is going to be not only on trade, but more tourism. And we Texans have this attitude, when the plane stops, we get off. So it's a lot better for us to have a nonstop flight. Lastly, the Distinguished Consul General has put together an event, I know, tomorrow, Saturday night, at his home for you. And I may not make it because one of my colleagues in the legislature convinced me to sign up for this half marathon, which is Sunday morning. And I am not prepared. But if you really want to see Houston, join me on Sunday morning, because at the rate I'll be running, you'll see a lot of it. Thank you and welcome to Texas.
Thanks, Senator Ellis. I think that concludes the formal part of our program at this point in time. We'd encourage you, all of you, to continue finishing your meals, finishing your wonderful dessert, and meeting each other to do business. Thank you very much for coming.